Welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a to your chest, like a vest for you in the city of. We in that sunshine state where the bomb be, the state where you never find a dance floor.
Welcome everybody, Zen Gang, to Turf Talk Episode 2 with me and Coach Wood. Glad to have everybody back. We got a special guest again, a senior. We can't reveal him yet, but he will be at the end of the video. But yeah, passing over to Coach Wood.
Yeah, most everybody who kind of follows us on social media, Facebook, whatever, already knows.
Yeah.
Who the special guest is, but exciting episode 2, man. I've been waiting all week. I've been here since for about an hour and a half, just waiting.
Dang.
I've been so excited to shoot these episodes, but I'm just a big old dork,
Coach is a dork, everybody. Coach is a dork.
Yeah, give me applause for that. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Clap it up. All right. Well, first we're gonna talk about basketball season, as all the classes in Oklahoma that went to state.
Yeah, basketball's officially over.
Yep, it is.
Boys, girls, all classes. There was a few state championships, a few good games,
Yep.
a couple blowouts. I think one of the games, the 4A boys game, was overtime.
Really?
Douglas.
I didn't keep up with all of them.
I know that. I'm pretty sure the Douglas game was overtime game.
Nice.
Douglas boys. But yeah. Owasso, 6A boys champions. Then you got PC West girls, who are probably the best girls team in the state. I mean, even though they only won by 1 point, 61-60. But they're legit. They won, I think, 2012. They won the state title back then, too. And they're pretty good. And then 5A is Midwest City. Back on top, early 2000s, 2004-ish, 5-ish. It was them. They competed for a few state championships in boys back then. So had a couple players back then that went to OU.
Dang.
And then you got El Reno won the 5A girls.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yep. And then Douglas, two-time defending state champs. They won 2 in a row, Douglas boys. So they're tough to beat. A good program. That's part of that Oklahoma City Public Schools.
Yeah.
They got some
All those
basketball
Oklahoma
programs.
City schools are pretty good. All right, so 3A boys, OCS won it, and after the Kingston OCS game, I just knew they were gonna win it. I mean, really, they just tore up Kingston, and after we got beat by Kingston, I just thought.
I think they beat Millwood by 15. I think it was like 65 to 50.
I mean, OCS got a lot of bigger boys.
Bethany girls, not to skip back, but Bethany girls won 4A.
Oh yeah.
State championship. So, but yeah, we just don't want to leave them out. Bethany girls, shout out Bethany girls. Yeah, and I think we team camped a couple years ago, a couple summers ago.
Yeah,
we played
did.
against them,
Yeah.
And I think some of those boys might have been seniors this year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all still there, but I know they had a couple D1 kids
they had.
back then. So,
Yep, and then 3A girls, Ida Bell won it.
Big Washington championship game.
That's who they played.
Yep, they played.
And then in 2A, the boys, Dale won it. Dale's pretty good. They actually played Hobart and beat Hobart to go to the regional.
That was in the regional championship game.
Yeah, and then they beat
Hobart.
them. And then they beat them in.
They didn't play them after
They didn't play
that.
them in state.
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
didn't play them in state. Hobart lost to started with a P, but they lost. They were on the bottom side of the bracket.
Oh, okay. And then the Merritt girls in 2A won it.
That surprised me a little bit. I knew they were
Me too.
good
Yeah.
because we played them, and I knew
Mhm.
they were good. But it surprised me, and they won. They beat Dale by 2. It was like 25-23.
Dang.
Low score. And I think the shooting percentage was like 30%. So, yeah, I mean, they didn't have to play Riverside. Riverside got upset,
Yeah, I did
by
see
another
that.
team.
That's crazy.
and I think that's what kind of helped them get to the state championship game. Because, in basketball, it's all about matchups. too.
Yeah.
I don't know if Merritt had anybody tall enough, big enough to compete with
Yeah.
Riverside. but we'll never know. Right? We'll
Yeah.
never know. So that's good stuff. But yeah, so basketball season is officially over, and we
Right.
are full fledged in spring sports,
Yep.
short of powerlifting, but it's kind of a mixture between winter and spring. All right, and that brings us on to powerlifting. You know, it is kind of a mixture winter, spring sport. They are in their playoffs right now. Regionals, they got state powerlifting meet is coming up
Hmm.
this Saturday in
Saturday.
El Reno.
Mhm.
It's always in El Reno. They got a pretty big facility there, pretty
Yeah.
big gym to do it in.
Good luck, boys.
Frederick Bombers represented pretty well at regionals.
Mhm.
We have 4 young men, should have been 5, but we have 4 young men that qualify for state. Avery May, um, Devin, Cameron, and Alex. Clap it up for all of them. Yeah. Alex Matthews, a regional champ for his
Mhm.
weight class, and your Frederick Bombers are 7-time regional champions in
Dang.
powerlifting. 7 in a row.
Crazy.
I don't know how long powerlifting's been around, but maybe 7
Yeah,
years. I don't
maybe.
know.
I don't know.
Probably a little longer. Maybe closer to 10. I mean, I think it was started after 2010, I'm sure,
Probably.
but before 2015. So that's
Still.
good stuff. Representing. I mean, they're doing well. We kind of joked around the other day about, or I did, to their powerlifting coach because he helps coach baseball, and I said, "Hey, you guys win another one, win another state title because they're 3-time defending state champs.
Mhm.
That we get him on the podcast."
Yep.
So, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that this year." So, but we'll see. Hey,
Shout out, Coach Matthews.
Yep. Good luck to our Frederick Bomber powerlifters. And then, so from there, we'll get into a little bit of some spring stuff, right? We got
Yep.
some other sports going on right now in high school, just starting up baseball season. So, how do you think baseball season is going so far after the first couple of weeks?
I mean, I think it's going good. It's just we played a lot of tough teams. We're doing pretty good so far. I think if we just all stick together. I mean, we got a short amount of players on our team too, and if we say a lot about our character, if we keep going and keep fighting through, and I think that will be pretty good as we go on through the season.
Yeah, that's I mean that's a great input as a player from the player side of it. I don't disagree with you. We definitely haven't put together
Our best effort.
the best season, the best games yet. Big focal point at this point is just trying to take care of the controllables. The attitude, effort,
Mhm.
body language, and just show some grit and get through the tough times. Right as we get better and more consistent, we'll be okay, and we're gonna have fun no matter what.
Yeah.
Though. Right,
Yeah.
that's the key. What do you think as maybe a highlight or from a player or players so far this season in baseball?
I think it was pretty cool how Alex got a home run against Lindsay.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It
And
was a shot too,
yeah, it was.
moonshot.
Yeah, and then I would say another highlight is me catching a pop fly and running into the fence. That was kind of felt pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, we've had a couple of outfielders make some big
Good
time
plays.
catches.
Yep. Yeah.
Tyler, I mean, against Comanche,
Oh,
second
yeah.
night against Comanche, robbed a couple of
Yeah. He did.
hits. They've all been in left field.
Yeah.
Either you doing it in left field or him doing it in left
Yep.
field. I mean, you guys are pretty interchangeable and stuff. So yeah, it's big stuff. We definitely have. I feel like we're seeing the ball well at the plate.
Yeah, we are hitting it.
We're
pretty
swinging the bat. We've got 3 guys hitting over 500 right now, so that's a huge thing.
good. Pretty good.
Yeah, and not saying that's going to continue on and going to last because hitting a baseball is like riding a roller coaster.
Mhm.
Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Right? It can be very stressful. So you just got to keep plugging away and having fun.
Mhm.
Right. So the next thing we'll talk about is golf.
Yep.
We've got us. You played a golf tournament
Yeah, we
this
did.
last week.
We played in Purcell, and our team didn't play our best. We all agreed that we didn't play at our best ability, but we got 9th place out of 20 teams. I didn't play too good, but Grady and Dawn played pretty good. Just couldn't help out my team, but we got 9th place, and we still have a lot more tournaments to go. And actually, it was funny because Grady was in the fairway, and he was about 200 out, and he was in his 3-wood, and Braxton was standing right there with his bag, and he pulled it and nailed his bag. It was funny. Like, I could not stop laughing. Oh my goodness!
That's
All you
funny.
heard was like, boom! Just
Funny.
nailed that bag.
That's awesome.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, golf stuff is pretty windy that day. Still pretty nice
Yeah,
course,
it was
right?
windy. Yeah.
And then you had to go play in a baseball game right afterwards.
Right
so,
after that,
yeah.
golf and baseball in the same day. That's what an athlete does for you.
That was a crazy golf shot. Do you have a, like a funny or crazy golf story?
Yeah. It wasn't funny in the moment, but this is a crazy story. So, we're in Woodward, Boiling Springs. This is regionals, and this is the very first tee box. And as you go, the team, like, if you start on a hole, the team goes first, and then you keep going, and like all the teams are watching you. And Frederick happened to be first, so we tee off. I think my brother tees off. He does pretty good. Grady tees off pretty good. I'm third, so I'm ready. And they announce your name when you're up there, so they'll go Zane Tyler, the tee box from Frederick. So you're going up there, and pressure's on. I mean, there's people around you, all these fans, parents.
I can
There's
do it.
there's all these fans, parents, right? And they're all behind me, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm warming up, and I'm ready to hit, and I'm just nervous. I'm like, oh, I can feel it. I'm gonna pop it, do something. And there's this tree, this old tree, just sitting right to the left of the fairway, and I pull it, and I nail that tree, and I mean, it was all quiet, boom, nails it, goes 30 yards past the tee box onto the practice putting green, and everybody's just looking at me. I'm like.
I remember your dad talking about that
I'm like,
afterwards.
oh my gosh! And then I go, but the
Oh,
funny
man.
part is that this old guy is right my day after that. I walk over there, it's on the putting green, and he goes, "There's still a lot of golf left, buddy. You got this." And I was just like, thanks. I mean,
And then he goes and shoots 12 under.
yeah,
Just kidding.
nah, imagine. That'd be
Imagine,
funny.
yeah. So I got a golf story. When I was in high school, our high school team as a fundraiser, like our booster club, like
Yeah.
Frederick does, did a golf tournament,
Mhm.
and they allowed players to play in it. You know, they had enough for one team. Well, we get through playing. This is my senior year. We get through playing. We're back to the clubhouse. We're just waiting. Next thing you know, one of the other groups comes in as players, and it's kids like a year younger than me or whatever. They walk in, and everybody's looking at them weird, and they've got like mud and water all
Oh,
over
wow.
them, and they're like, "What happened?"
I don't know why.
and yeah, and so they were driving over this hill and lost control of their golf cart and ran it into the lake. And right
No
before it got to the
way.
lake, they jumped out, and the golf cart went in the lake and sunk to the bottom.
No way.
and they tried to pull it out and everything, and they couldn't get it out, so they just left it in there.
That's
And they had
bad.
water all the way up to their legs.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't done that. Nothing that bad.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then a crazy golf shot. I was playing golf with Joey Zuniga. He's from here in Frederick, or from the area. I think he's from like Tipton originally, but his son Tyler that graduated from here in Frederick. We used to play golf a lot together. And one day we were playing up in Quartz Mountain before they closed it, and there was this one hole that had these little mounds on each side of the green
Mhm.
before you get to the green. And I told him, I said, "Hey, that green kind of funnels towards the hole." I said, "So if you can hit it kind of off of the mound on the right and get it to bounce right off of that mound, you know, it'll roll down towards the hole."
Yeah.
So he did it, and he hit the mound, and it rolled into the hole.
Wow.
And no one would have believed it if we would have been there together
Wow.
doing it. So,
Crazy.
all right, yeah. So, we're gonna move on to some of these other age groups, right? You got
Yep.
college sports going on. You got some college basketball starting to wind down a little bit with
Big 12
with
tournament, all the
playoffs.
conference
Yeah,
tournaments.
postseason stuff's going on. I think Big 12's playing right now. The women's just finished their Big 12 tournament. Texas won it.
Nice.
Looks like, I think I was seeing on ESPN
Actually,
today.
Not nice.
I haven't had a chance to really watch a ton of college basketball this year just because I've been so busy.
Mhm.
But I try to get as many updates as I can, which is weird for me. I love watching sports. But yeah, I mean, how do you think? How many teams think Big 12 will get in the NCAA tournament?
Hope OU does. Nah.
They'll get into it
You think so?
in the NCAA tournament.
You think so?
Yeah, they got them projected to be like a 9 seed, I think, 8 or 9 seed. Right
Huh.
now. Because, and here's the deal, like, and I know They didn't finish. They finished, I think, they're sixth or something like seventh in the Big 12. Big 12 might get 8 teams in it out of 14,
Yeah.
right? So
Actually, OU did get beat today in the second round of the
who
Big
they,
12 tournament.
who they play today?
They played TCU and got beat.
Yeah. So we talked about this on the first episode. Is
Mhm.
Big 12 is easily, I think, the best
Best
basketball
conference.
basketball conference. So,
Mhm.
and that makes sense that they're going to get probably more teams into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Texas right now, the only bubble team I think that is on it is TCU, and by
Mhm.
them winning today helps their chances of getting in at like the
Yeah.
10 seed or something like that. So, but yeah, that's the projection is OU going in as like anywhere from 8 to 10 seed. So, it's just getting in, man. It's a big deal because
Yeah,
you never
it
know once
is.
you get in, because then
Right.
you're playing people different than Big
Mm.
12, and they do well against non-Big 12 players. So.
And then you see a lot of buzzer beaters, a lot of March Madness.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah, OU women, they'll probably get a pretty good seed.
Yeah.
They're
The
ranked in the
girls
top
are pretty
25.
good. That's pretty good.
They won the regular season conference. So yeah, and we'll move on to some college baseball. College baseball is hot
Yep.
and heavy. Arkansas and LSU are top ranked teams right now. I think SEC is the best baseball
Yeah.
conference. I think they have more top 25 teams in
Yeah.
baseball than any other. Big 12's only got like 2, maybe
Yeah.
3.
Two or
OSU's
three.
pretty good, and they're not even in it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then softball, of course, we kind of jinxed
Yeah,
softball,
we did. Check the
right?
comments.
We,
The comments are all blowing
we,
up, but
we talked about if they were going to lose, when they were going to
yeah,
lose,
we
and
talked
then
about how they were
literally
ever gonna
2 days
lose.
after we talked about it before the podcast dropped, they
Mhm.
lost.
Yeah, they lost.
So we're sorry, Sooner
We're
women.
all sorry. Boomer Sooner for
Um,
life.
Yeah, so they dropped down in the rankings to second for about a week, and then they had Texas ranked ahead of them
Yeah.
for about a week. I think just because of a new loss, But that lasted a week, and they're back up to number 1 again. And since then, they've been doing really well. And I want to say they lost. Same thing happened last year.
They lost last
They
year.
lost early in the season.
Oh.
If not last year, 'cause I don't think they went undefeated last year. They might have. It might have been the year before they lost early in the season. Lost their number 1 ranking, and then got it back, and then hadn't lost it in 71. So 71 though was the number.
Yep.
But, all right. So NBA, who's your favorite team?
I have to go with the Clippers. I really like. I've been a Clippers fan ever since my dad was a fan when I was younger. So really, I'm just a Clippers fan. And we got all the. It looks like what makes me mad is we have all the weapons. I mean, we have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook. We have all those guys.
Underachieved.
James Harden.
Yeah.
But we were first in the West, but now we're dropping down. I mean, we're not like that elite team we should be.
It makes sense. Your dad's a Chargers fan.
Yeah, because he's
Football, so I
from
mean,
San
it's
Diego or went there for summers or whatever.
yeah, he probably just fell in love with it and went there.
Yeah.
I mean, San Diego is a decent little town.
Yep.
You get up in there to Los Angeles, and it gets pretty rough, and then you get up further north, it's
Mhm.
not too crazy.
Speaking of
So,
NBA and stuff like that, the NFL trades went on crazy.
yeah, they're still going
Derrick Henry went to the Ravens.
crazy. Still going crazy.
It's crazy.
Dallas lost Pollard. Who do you think
Yeah.
they're going to get
I have no clue.
to replace him? Or do you
Uh,
think they're going to try to draft some?
I don't know.
They're very quiet with it.
Saquon
I
went
was-
to the Eagles.
I was kind of hoping that Dallas would have got Henry.
Yeah.
That'd have been a big get.
Just Lamar and Derrick Henry in the backfield is just crazy.
Yeah,
That's a crazy duo right there.
that's what's going to happen with the Eagles too. With
Jalen Hurts and Saquon.
yeah,
Yep.
Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. Someone to actually fake it to will free Jalen Hurts up a little more too.
Yep.
So yeah, expectations for NBA right now. The Thunder in first place.
Yeah.
I like the
Thunder.
Thunder. I've never been, I was more of a player fan,
Mhm.
right? I was a huge
Yeah.
Michael Jordan fan, so I
Russell
followed
Westbrook.
the Bulls and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Player fan, and then the Thunder got their own team, and so I've kind of leaned towards them. I still try to follow players, but I
Mhm.
definitely root for the Thunder. I think more than I do any other
I
team.
mean, it's
so
not, we don't want to say anything
uh,
about the Thunder to jinx them.
just keep playing hard, man. They're fun to
But-
watch. They're young. They're fun to watch. They're
Yeah.
really good defensively. So, all right. So next is track and field.
Yep.
What is your experience with track and field. Do you have much experience with track and field or anything like that?
I ran cross country in middle school.
Yeah. How was that? You like it?
It was fun. I mean, I tried everything my middle school years.
Yeah,
Cross country was
Might as well.
yeah. I'll never forget this though. We went to a cross country meet, and I guess we forgot we were junior high, and we forgot the junior high meet, so we had to run with high school, and all those big kids, just running with them was kind of
Intimidating?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened though. I kind of forgot. The junior high, like our sixth grade team, we missed the junior high run. So
Oh,
high,
I got there late.
high school is next. So
Oh.
we
Don't
just ran
tell.
with them. Yeah,
'Cause-
never knew.
You know, sixth graders, sometimes we tend to not be very responsible and
Yeah,
very adept to time
yeah.
when we're out there. So I never did cross country.
You did track though?
I did track.
Be fast.
Junior, senior year, started running track. It's
Mm,
crazy because I absolutely hate running.
dang.
Hated it. Biggest reason why I didn't play basketball in high school because I didn't want to do all the running that they had to do. I was like, man, I'm just gonna take a break. We do enough running football. Forget all this running.
Yeah.
And then I had a football coach talk me into running track for junior, senior year, and I was apparently I was pretty good at it. I was pretty naturally fast.
Yeah.
Stepped right in and started beating the varsity track team
Yeah.
right away. So went to state senior year, trained a lot, had fast. So I enjoyed it. I loved one thing I really liked about it was I think just the competition, the individual competition. I didn't have to worry about relying on other people too much.
Mhm.
In those individual races, me and you.
Yeah.
You know, you get out there and it's me and you.
Yeah.
You know, and believe it or not, I actually really a lot of people don't like it, but my favorite event to run was the 400.
Dang.
And it's not a fun race to run. Like
No.
they call that the man's race because it's a sprint and you have to really get after it.
Mhm.
And you can't jog at all. Like 800, you can jog a little bit.
Mhm.
Anything over that you can. It's like that 400. They say it's a man's race, man.
Yeah.
But I actually liked it. I that's probably one of my best events was the 400 and then maybe the 200. So I was decently fast. Decently fast, Tyler's almost as fast as I was.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Tyler might be a little bit faster than me.
Well, now I'm 44 years old. But back then, no. At least I'll never tell him that. So, all right, that brings us to our special guest, and today our special guest is a senior at Frederick and multiple sports. He plays football and is a track star. Xavier Randall. Good stuff. Clap it up for Xavier. Good.
Welcome to have you on the podcast, Xavier.
How's it going? Good deal. Good deal. So, I mean, we'll just get right to it and kind of go with some of these. One of the biggest questions is, what are your plans after high school?
My plans after high school are to go to college, 4-year college, or 2-year and then transfer. It's kind of cheaper that way. So I plan to get my business degree.
Good stuff. It's not a bad plan. Not a bad plan. And be ready for that to change, at least once, maybe 10 times before you're done. It's very common that people change their plans, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I have a question for you. Who is the fastest on the team?
Uh-oh. This might hurt some people's feelings.
That's okay. Be honest.
It's between me and Tyler.
You can't be saying me in between, right? You gotta pick one.
It depends on a good day or a bad day. 'Cause there'll be me for. He's usually faster than me in the 100, and then sometimes I'll be him in the 200. Just depends on, I guess.
Motivation, right? You guys have always been back and forth ever since you were babies. Always two of the two fastest kids in the school. Awesome. We're going to get into our Facebook questions. A few people that asked some Facebook questions. We'll start with Sarah Copeland. Sarah Copeland asked, what advice would you give an incoming freshman?
To just come in there with your head held high, be with the right group, don't fall into the wrong crowd, and just there's gonna be days where you don't want to show up, especially as you go through more of the years. But it goes by fast. It goes by fast.
Awesome. That's great advice. Great advice.
Nice.
Okay, our next question, and I'm picking this one just because I want to hear your answer. Michelle Wood asked, "What is the craziest thing your mom has done before, during, or after a sporting event?"
I want to say this. I don't know if it's really crazy, but I'm not trying to put her on blast like that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
She'll go to the store and for every game, like, I don't know, she'll get some Ziploc bags and she'll get a bunch of candy and just put it into the game. Have her own little snack.
That's awesome. Shout out to Sam and Angela, right? Shout out to Angela. All right, and then the final question is old Cooper Fat Joe. Cooper Fat Joe asked, "Do you have any advice for a young wide receiver?"
I actually do, and my advice to you is be confident and keep working hard. And just always have that support system behind you, because that helped me a lot to like build my confidence and stuff. And just having good people around you telling you you can do it, even when you feel like you can't. So one of the most important things.
Good stuff. Good advice.
Yep.
That stuff goes a long way with these younger athletes. Wouldn't you say, Zach?
Good. Yep. Because really, you just gotta have a lot of confidence, just like Xavier said, and the support system. He said it all, really. So yeah.
Believe in yourself. All right. Don't rely on other people to believe in yourself.
Yep.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for coming on, Xavier.
Cool.
Yep. Thanks for coming on,
Awesome.
Zang, Xavier. Xavier Randall, everybody.
Clap it up for Xavier. All right. Good stuff. Hey, so I was replaying some of the videos from episode 1, and because I had the applause, Miss Oxford goes, "Man, you guys have a pretty big audience."
No way. Clap it up for that one. Clap it up. Clap it up.
I was like, "Oh no, there's an applause button. We don't have an audience." That's how real it sounded.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, everybody's
awesome.
here. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for
Good.
coming.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks
Yep.
for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right.
Right? Get on Zane Gang, subscribe. The more followers, the better, right? See you guys next time.
G is out of here.